I'll be discussing some of the track alterations I have undertaken on the layout today and over the past few days and potentially the future months. Recently I was just having a look at all my stock and I was becoming increasingly aware that on the old crossover the Pendolino was clipping with the power track, and this actually resulted in some of the paintwork being rubbed off right around the front there, but I couldn't really change it because it was all nailed down. But fortunately I did manage to get all the nails out of the track. What I'd done is that I'd relocated the crossover between the two loops to here, which was originally over there where all that mess is. Now of course, because I moved the power track, it also means that everything does have to be rewired. Fortunately my DCC track bus does plug in to every loop on the layout, except at the moment the power comes in over there. The track bus takes it all the way around here, back over here, and then the track power goes back round over there to carry the current over there. So it's all a bit of a waste, so I need to really plug in the power track down there to the DCC bus. Now, one of the other issues I encountered when doing this is a lot of the wires are quite old, and there is also a lot of wire, loads and loads of it. This is just some of it that's not being used and was just there for old stuff that had been removed or relocated. So I had to find out what I needed to power the track bus and what I didn't. At first I had a short circuit, but that was actually something I wired up the other day. Unfortunately it meant I had to go over my own wiring and go, well, this looks right. But I found it pretty quickly. The track bus is colour coded and all of the things around the track are colour coded, so I have red on the outer rail, which is this bit, I don't think you can see it, and I have black on the inner rail, and I soldered red wire to the inner rail, which of course caused a short circuit. Have a look over here, we can see where the crossover used to be the real big bottleneck. Well, it was only really there for analog operation anyway, because I couldn't really bother to wire in all the isolation, so I used the points around here as isolation rather than actually wiring in isolation, and the crossover used to be. Unfortunately, I don't have a crossover for the other direction. I only have the crossover in one direction. So I was thinking about putting in another crossover over here so I can swap trains between tracks without potentially having to change direction, because at the moment the Watford South trains, if you imagine, have the train comes in along here, or where all this rubbish is, into Anton Bridge, and then it has to reverse back out round here, go back over the crossover, then go back forward round there up the slope. And it would be made a lot easier if it didn't have to change directions twice. So I'm thinking about putting in a crossover over here when I get the budget. And also over here as well, I put this in very recently, this track, but it's proved I don't really use it that much. I don't really need to. But this bit is a bottleneck anyway, because all this track up here really needs relaying, because you can see it could do with some flexible track, because the set track doesn't go very well on the board joins, and unfortunately it's lifted up about a centimetre off the board there, and that means that when the trains go over it they encounter a changing gradient, and that can derail them quite a lot of the time. Also, this curve around here is too tight. There are some sections where trains just won't make it round, and I need trains to make it round, because otherwise it's not really much use. I don't have trains on this layout that have particularly short coaches. I only have 3 of these 4-wheel coaches, and then this is about my minimum length for coach, and then this is my really long maximum length coaches on the Class 156 and the Hornby 390 Pendolino. I'm also planning to do, which will probably be done in about 6 months when I get round to it, is take this, all of that bit up, put curved point in here and up to there, because it make this curve a lot less sharp. And also then I can take the track up down there, because all the track down there is unfortunately broken. Because when I took up that bit there, you can see there used to be a track bed around here, but I never used to use platform 1, and it was a bottleneck as well for derailing. So when I took that up, unfortunately I realised that the whole inner bit around here, all that track is broken. The bits which I took up as well, this is not what I call a working bit of track. It's missing one rail, and the other ones not much better anyway, and the only spares I have are of, this is actually brand new, well, just keep it in storage. This is 3rd radius. I apologise, I was going to do a running session today, but yesterday unfortunately I was having to take up large sections of track to fix sections where the heat had pulled apart the track and it just wasn't getting any current. I had platform 3 out of order because I was getting no current through it, platform 1 out of order because I could get no current through it, platform 1 over here out of order because I couldn't get any current through it. And what I've now done is I've used one of the power tracks and put it there so I can get better power here, and I'll wire that up at some other point. So I do hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Please comment, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.